Kamala Khan was a near-instant hit with fans when Marvel first premiered the character's comic storyline in 2014, and surely, Marvel Studios hopes the same for the live-action adaptation starring Iman Vellani as the teenage superhero inspired by Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, herself. In Ms. Marvel Episode 1, audiences meet Kamala Khan on the cusp of a classic teenage milestone as she sets out to take her driver's test. Unfortunately for Kamala, she fails almost immediately after backing the car into the driving test instructor's own vehicle at a high speed, a classic teenage nightmare. It's an appropriate introduction to Kamala, who feels out of step with her family at home and with her peers at school and spends her free time reading and creating content about the Avengers. From there on out, it's an uphill battle on every front. Kamala's guidance counselor wants her to start thinking about her future, and her parents want her to help them prepare for her older brother's upcoming wedding. This all changes, of course, when Kamala and her best friend, Bruno, plot to attend an Avengers-themed fan convention in the New York City area, and Kamala adds a personalized stylization to her handmade Captain Marvel costume. The 6-episode miniseries promises to lead Kamala straight into the 2023 Captain Marvel sequel, The Marvels, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of what happens in episode 1 of Ms. Marvel. A recurring sentiment throughout the first episode of Ms. Marvel is that Kamala spends too much time daydreaming about the world of superheroes. The character hears it from her parents, her guidance counselor, and basically everyone else except her friends Bruno and Nakia. By the end of the episode, of course, Kamala no longer has to daydream at all. When she puts on the bangle she receives from her grandmother at AvengerCon, she starts unleashing cosmic beams of light from her hands, but there's otherwise little to go on when it comes to where Kamala's powers stem from at first glance. Key phrase, first glance. Protagonist mom pointedly declares the bangle junk when Kamala finds it in the package sent from her grandmother. However, that the same object winds up unleashing Kamala's powers suggests her mother knows more than she's letting on. Consider, too, the scene in which her mom prepares a to-go dinner for Bruno. Remarkably quickly, she tells Bruno that the reason behind her skill at the task is her secret to keep. Her mom even calls it all out, saying that her family's genetics have produced a long line of fantasizing daydreamers. It seems those genetics might host more than just the tendency to daydream.